Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 4. um, it's Thursday. Hope everyone's week is going well. We lost Habs game that pretty much sucked. So hopefully Friday we win it. Come on, guys. Tonight's drink of choice is my new go-to. So it's the Chianti Reserva. So it's about 18 bucks at SAQ. So good. Worth every single penny. Okay, so let's jump into it. Oh boy. Okay. So last week, I went to um, a hockey game at a bar nearby, and I had absolutely no idea. I went with a friend, and we didn't even know if we were gonna get a seat at all because it was so busy. So walk in, and the guy's like, "Oh, do you have tickets?" I'm like, "Tickets, like for the game?" And he's like, "For the hypnotist?" I'm like, "Are you joking? Are you being serious?" He's like, "No, I'm being serious." I'm like, "Oh, no, I'm just coming here to watch the game." He's like, "Oh, okay, so whatever." We got a couple seats, and so there it was packed. When I tell you packed, 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 a bar in the West Island, and apparently this hypnotist is like pretty well known. Oh yeah, hang on. Cheers. Cheers. Thirsty Thursdays all day. Anyways, so apparently this hypnotist, I don't know his name. I probably should have asked or figured that out, but apparently he's pretty well known and whatever. So he's doing his thing, and a microphone, he's talking like this. Everyone close your eyes. So I was like, okay, what the hell is going on? Meanwhile, the game is playing, but just no sound. So it sucked a little bit, but it was like, what are the odds that a hypnotist is at a bar? Trust me, I was blown away. Anyways, so first he tells us to do, um, put your hands like this, like you're holding a gun, and put it close to your face. Like if you're watching YouTube, you can see me, but I'll try to describe it for my Spotify listeners. So if you put your finger in a gun, like figure, and then like put it close to your face, hold it there, close your eyes, and then keep your eyes closed. And as like you're holding your hand like this, like he's talking and saying the most. But what's happening is like your fingers have, like, when was last time you had your hands like this for that long and without moving? Anyways, I'm pretty sure no one does this every single day. Anyways, so like that, and he's saying all these things, and then he's like, hey, slowly move, open your fingers about an inch apart, keep your eyes closed. Now I'm talking and talk. He's saying like whatever he's saying, and then he goes, okay, now open your eyes, and you're going to see that your fingers are going to slowly magnetize to each other, and they're going to be stuck like magnets, and some of you won't be able to like detach your fingers. Okay, so right then and there, I'm like, this is a scam. It's like my friend was saying, like, it's like when you stick your hand, like you sit on your hands for like a certain amount of time, then you take it off and feels like you have bricks in your hands type thing. Or like if you hold your legs up and then you drop them slowly, it feels like you're falling into the ground. So, anyways, as he said this, and believe it or not, I'm not like a skeptic of these things. Like, I believe in psychics and mediums, and I'm all for crystals, everything. I'm one of those, okay? One of those girls. I believe it all. But just this, like, I was like, I don't know. I see what you're picking down, but I'm not picking it up, putting down, but I'm not picking it up. So, he's like, well, hold your hands up if your fingers are stuck and you can't remove them from each other. There's probably like 10 idiots that were like, I can't. My fingers are stuck. And he's like, okay, come on the stage. Come on the stage. So they're all sitting on the stage. The game's playing. Just keep in mind, the game's playing. This is happening. A crazy night. So I'm watching, and then he's like, hey, and you're gonna do this and that and da da da, and you're gonna bark like a dog, and you're gonna fall asleep, and you're gonna start snoring. So he's doing all these things, and like the guy was like a comedian as well, like making like super crazy, dirty sexual jokes that you laugh at when you're like a 14-year-old and someone says dick for the first time or sex or something, and you're like, oh my God. Like it was just so immature, the sexual jokes. I was like, oh God. Anyways, so as this is going on, one of the things that he get like slowly but surely, some people are like, oh, it's not working. He's like, hey, you're off the stage. So it goes down to like 5 people. So you have like an older woman, 2 men, another girl my age, and then like a younger a guy in his 20s. Anyway, so he gets to the girl my age and he's like, and now I'm going to count to three and you all are going to have the best orgasms of your life. And so some people were, well, no, most of them were moaning and groaning, but the girl, guys, when I tell you she was like spastically orgasming on stage, rubbing herself, not air rubbing, I mean full on rubbing her crotch, sliding off of her chair onto the floor. I was like, this is insane. I don't buy this at all. And even if she's a paid actress, like I'm mortified for her. And let's say the 1% chance I think this is real, I'm also mortified for her. And then he's like, okay, and now when I'm done, when I'm gonna count to three, you're done your orgasm. You're done your orgasm. And she's like shaking and quivering and slips off her chair. I don't know. I don't know why. I can't tell you. It pissed me off. I don't know why. I was like, the theatrical bullshit. It's too much for me in the West Island here. Okay. Like, if this was Vegas or like, I don't know, some rotten ass club downtown. I don't know. But, anyways, so then she leaves at some point, like when the whole thing was done, and then there was like a couple of other stupidities after that, and then all of a sudden we hear like clapping. We're like, what the hell's going on? And we look, and the girl, I guess she had left, and her friends and family, I don't know who she was with, told her what happened. So she came back into the bar and like was covering her face, and everyone was clapping and cheering for her. Anyways, I just like I couldn't believe that was our Habs night. So if you guys were, if anyone I know that was there, back me up on this story. I'm not exaggerating it, not by 1%. And I'm curious to think if anyone has ever been hypnotized in real life that I actually know or is actually listening to this and like swears up and down that it works. I'd love to hear your story because I just like I want to believe it. I believe in psychics, mediums. I don't know why. I just can't believe in a hypnotist. Oh, actually, I went to this LOL. I went to a crystal event. They have psychics and shit there too, so don't judge me. Anyways, and I won something. I won a free session with a hypnotist. They could get you to like quit smoking, um like whatever you wanted. So I went in for a specific reason. I won't say it on here to embarrass myself, but I went there and I was like, yeah, I just need help with this little tiny sliver of my life. And I really went in thinking like, wow, she has an office downtown. Like, it's not in her spare bedroom. Like, I feel like this is probably legit. No, not for 1 second. The only thing that it did was like calmed me. Like it's just like relaxing. But at the end of a work day, when you have an appointment and you're lying down in the dark with like spa music, it's very easy to fall asleep. So what she was doing and saying, I was like, okay. I don't know. My brain just doesn't work that way. I can't be easily fooled, which explains a lot. But anyways, moving on. Oof, 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 oof. Okay. Actually, I wrote it down, my list, my notes. Oh yeah, just scratch it off. Done. Okay, so like I said, recently I moved. I'm sorry to all my closest friends and family members. You've heard this story now probably 18 times, but these are the latest things that happened in my life, so new people are going to listen to it. So anyways, I recently moved and I thought my landlords were like chill and normal and like there wasn't nothing was like ever super official. I was renting a condo from like owners, not it wasn't like a building with like a with like a building manager, let's say. So they asked me to do a couple things for them, like a couple shady things, like to make their agreement with me look better. So I was like, yeah, no problem. I'll do that. I'll do this. I'll do that. Anyways, when I left, I wrote him like, oh, hey, I'm just letting you know that I'm leaving. If it's possible to leave a little bit earlier than my lease when my lease is up, just because I have a place and whatever. And she's like, well, actually, she didn't even write back. She did not write back. And then I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I'll just leave. I'll pay until my lease is done, and I'll just pay two leases. Like, I didn't even want to deal with the headache. So I'm like, no, whatever. I'll just pay for both. So and that's what ended up happening. And then I get a message, actually, your lease is due ending a month later. I'm like, no, actually, it's this day. It was supposed to be May 31st. So at the end of this month. She's like, no, it's June. I'm like, no, it's May. And so the reason why I'm bringing this up is because even if you think your boss is chill, your landlord's chill, your business partner is chill, your teacher is chill, have everything in writing. And I know at my age, I should know better, but you're never too old to learn a lesson. And if it's a lesson I've learned before, maybe forgot, I'm reminded, okay? Everything put in writing. And I know cause like to me, it makes it seem so like formal and like serious when it's something like, oh, they're so chill and I'm so chill. Like they'll remember what they said and what we agreed on. The answer is no. People always look out for themselves, and as much as you think they're as a nice person as you are, they're not. Like they'll fuck you over, they'll screw you over so that they're winning and you're losing in a heartbeat. And I hate learning lessons like that. Like even at this age, I'm like, Sam, stop trusting people. Stop thinking that everyone has like, the same interest at heart. No, people suck. So anyways, that being said, they also found cat hair. It's a whole ass other story, even though the place was spotless. But I had left curtains there, blinds, like blackout curtains for them. And I was like, my place has it. So I'll just leave this. If they want them, they can have them. If not, blah, blah, blah. They can shoot them out. Anyway, so she's like, I'd like the place professionally clean, please. And I was like, you know what? I just don't want to have to hear another bloody word out of this woman's mouth. I'm like, yeah, no problem. I'll get it professionally cleaned. Okay. I just want her to shut up and never reach out to me again. And once this is done, like, ciao. Anyway, so I found this app through a guy friend of mine called Clean Stir. Okay. Um, and he was saying like how amazing it was and this and that. So I was like, okay, let me check it out. Perfect. So they had a move out cleaning option. I was like, okay, let me choose this. So you punch in your address. It seems like pretty easy, user friendly, not cheap, by the way. And you punch in your address, and then it tells you, how many cleaners are available in your area. Pause. I need a sip. I'm actually getting so freaking annoyed. Um, so it turns out there's over 2,000 people in my old neighborhood. I was like, wow, this is amazing. I'm scrolling and scrolling. When I tell you that there are 85% male cleaners, and like, yeah, men can clean, but these look like mug shots. I'm not even kidding. Like, they weren't like a little sweet James next door. No, this was like, this guy just got out of jail and he has a criminal record, and this is the only job and gig he can get because he doesn't have a car to do Uber vibes. Okay. I was like, fucking hell, this is scary. So I'm like, where's this sweet looking woman here? So I find one, click, boom, Booker. Sitting on my couch, I get a call from the company. Like, hi, Samantha. Yeah. So the person that you booked, she's no longer available. So we're gonna find something for you, someone else for you right away. And was there anything else that you needed? And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't want it to be a male. She's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, I don't. I'm gonna be alone because I would be there. Obviously, I have to open it and lock it and whatever. So I'm like, I'm gonna be there, so I don't feel comfortable with a guy being in the house with me. So, I would like a female. She's like, oh, yep, no problem. And is there anything else? I'm like, yes. They also like it's a clean out. I selected bring their own cleaning products, and I need them to have a vacuum because the main reason is I want to make sure there's not one speck of animal hair anywhere. And she's like, yep, no problem, no problem. Definitely that'll be the case. I'm like, okay. So the next day is the appointment. So I go to the building, my condo, old condo, and I see that they arrived. So I'm walking down the stairs because like I know they don't know which buzzer to push, so whatever. So I'm going down the stairs and I just see like a window. I see through the window and I see like I just see pink. Like I'm not talking like pink like a pink shirt, like just a pink. It was very sunny and all I saw was pink. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I opened the door. It was a transgender man with pink makeup all around his face, like everywhere. The nose, the eyes, the lips, smeared it in. I'm not sure what look that was, and I'm not exaggerating, like pink, 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 sweating profusely, like from his eyebrows all the way down, sweating everywhere. And I have nothing against trans people, do you? But when I said that I didn't want to be alone in my house with a man, that also includes transgender men. Like, it is a known fact that transgender people have a higher mental health issue level than normal regular people. And to the degree of how bad it is, that's I'll never know. So I didn't feel comfortable with that, but I wasn't gonna say no. So I'm just putting that out there. However, they come with no vacuum. So I go to him, I'm like, hey, do you have your cleaning products? And he spoke Spanish and French. So he's like, no, I don't really speak English. So he takes his bag and he points in and he's like, yeah, my cleaning products. I'm like, no, like a vacuum. And he's like, no. And he pulls out a Swiffer from the dollar store. Everyone knows cleaning products from the dollar store are about a 3 on 10 unless they're actually brand names. So I'm like, no. So this isn't gonna work actually. He's like, what? I'm like, no, like the whole point was you to have a vacuum. And the place is empty. Like I moved out. It's literally the easiest job in the world. But I was like, I specified a shop vac, a proper vacuum, whatever. Anyway, so he's like, oh, it's no big deal. I'm like, well, it's a big deal for me because I completely wasted my time. So, anyways, I had to call the company and they're like, oh, sorry about that. I'm like, yeah, well, I don't know what you're going to do with this person here, but I'm not like, it's not my responsibility to pay or tip or do anything like that. No. I'm like, she came out of her way, it took her 30 minutes to get here. So hopefully you compensate her. She said she would. I don't know if she did. I have no idea. Anyways, so then I have to reschedule for the next day. So the next day, so it's a $160, by the way, which is like to me, I find that very expensive. And it was for 2.5 hours, $160. I'm like, okay, whatever. Just get this shit done. So I open the door and it's two women, like a mother and daughter combo. And she was like, oh, hi, I hope you don't mind if I come with my mom. It'll be done in half the time. I'm like, girl, you're speaking my language. Come on up. They had their vacuum, they had everything. Everything was great. And then like, I was waiting in there and my sister was actually with me. And she's like, oh, okay, well, the hour is almost over. I'm like, listen, I get it. I get it that you think that it was going to be done in half the time, but first of all, I paid for 2.5 hours, so that's one thing. But second of all, if the job isn't done and it's still two of you, then it doesn't mean that after an hour you get to leave. So I literally had to be like, okay, so like around the glass window, like the back door. And she's like, oh yeah, okay. And as I'm asking her this, like the mom's packing up, I'm like, is this like normal? Like I don't do cleaning services. Like I clean myself, and everyone who tells me about their cleaning ladies or cleaning companies, like there's always a fucking story with it. Like they steal, they borrow clothes, they do shit jobs, they charge too much, they take too long. I don't know, man. If anyone has any other cleaning company, I'd be open to it. Like a good deep clean once a month, that'd be fabulous, actually. Um, but actually, no, I know someone who has a cleaning person. They told me that I overpaid, and also I'll go through him. But it's just crazy to me. An hour, okay, we're done now. No, just like I'm sorry that two of you isn't half the time, and I paid for 2.5 hours. It's just you came with your mom. Anyways, nightmare. Let's close that off. But I'm gonna circle back though with the trends. Women have every single right as much as a man does, as much as a trans person does, like the exact same amount of rights. So if I say that I don't feel comfortable with a man, you should have to disclose that you are a transgender man to female. because that's my right to know for my safety. And it wasn't disclosed, and it was super frustrating, um, because I'm such a pushover. And I feel like a lot of people are put in that situation. And I don't feel uncomfortable talking about this because um, everyone's fighting for their rights, and women have every single right as well, and that includes washrooms and changing rooms and sports and everything like that. Every single female has their right to feel the way they do about their safety and security, and I will never back down on that. um yeah, so we'll just put a pin in that, but that's how I felt about that. So women rights all the way, all the way. Okay. The next, tipping culture. So I had a couple of friends over yesterday, and I go to a bakery, okay, just over there in Marche Central. No, Marche, the Marche West Island. And so I get two baguettes, and I'm like, hi, could I just get two baguettes there? She's like, yep. She goes right behind her. She puts them in a little bag, a sleeve bag. She puts it down, and I'm paying by card, and there's a tipping option. I'm like, the tipping culture in this day and age is sickening. And it's sickening because we're so brainwashed that I feel, and I maybe there's a lot of people that are like, oh, I don't give a fuck, but I'm starting to not give a fuck. But she's standing right there, the machine's right there, and now you have to go and be like, $0, enter, and then it reloads the screen, and then you tap. Like, it's this whole big production just to get to where you need to pay. But she sees that you're skipping the tip, but I'm like, I'm not. You didn't make this bread and spell out Sam and paint it with pink sparkles for me. Like, you just put it in a bag. I'm not tipping for that. It's insane. It's insane. It's insane, the tipping culture. But anyways, my last story before we go. This podcast isn't going to be too long. Sorry. I didn't do much this week. It's been raining and I've been feeling not so great. And yeah, anyways. So, but the last thing I wanted to say, which was hysterical to me, because I got reminded of it last week from one of my friends, Thomas, shout out, love you. So back on Christmas, um, I don't know if any of you watch the Kardashians. Yes, make fun of me all you want. I don't care. There was one episode where Chloe was talking with her mom, and she's like, Mom, what is this? And she's like, they're little Jesuses. And she's like, for what? She's like, I don't know. I just put them in like my purse, and it just like, it makes me feel better and safer. And I just have these little Jesuses. And I was with my sister Jess, and we're like, well, we absolutely need to get these. So lo and behold, they sell them on Amazon, about 100 of them for $38, worth every single red cent, I can assure you. So I ordered them, and we're like, hey, perfect. During Christmas, we're gonna put them all around the house and just like freak out my mom. We did that with the ducks too. I don't know if you guys remember the duck thing. It was a TikTok thing. Anyways, my mom's still finding ducks to this day. So we're like, well, we got to do it with the Jesuses. This is going to be amazing. So we start. So I'm like, okay, let's go up. I'm going to go in her room. So I start putting some like behind her night table, in her bathroom, in a couple shoes in the closet, whatever, and start putting them in the boys' room, like up north at my mom's house. And anyway, so we're like, hey, there's too many people coming around. We're gonna get caught. So we go and sit down. Sorry, we go and sit down on the couch, and my mom comes down, and she was like prepping the room for the boys when they came up, because that's where they sleep. And she's like, you guys, you will never guess what I just found. And we're like, what? She's like, I was cleaning the room for the boys, and there's this little Christmas tree decoration, and look what just fell out of it. And holds, she holds out a Jesus, and we're like, what is that? Obviously acting, like mega acting. And we're like, what is that? And she's like, it's a Jesus. And we're like, that's weird. And she's like, no, you guys, I've never seen this before in my life. I don't know where this came from. This is crazy. We're like, that is crazy. I'm like, who knows, man? Maybe it was from last year. Sam, we don't have Jesus in this house. There's no Jesuses. Like, no, I've never seen this before. I've cleaned that room, and I put that tree up, and all of a sudden this Jesus just appears. I'm telling you right now, this is a sign. this is a sign. I don't know. It's a sign. I'm gonna play the lottery. Like, I don't know. So my sister Jess and I were like, fuck, we started feeling bad. Like, she actually thought it was a sign. So, anyways, we're like, fuck, what do we do? So anyway, so she goes to the dep and gets a lottery ticket. Meanwhile, we go up and we start taking down all the Jesuses that we put everywhere because now we just felt bad. And then we forgot that there was like one extra one on the table. And my niece was there. And she's like, Nanny, look. She's like, was this the Jesus that you're talking about? And she's like, no, I have the Jesus right here. And it took her 2 milliseconds. She's like, girls, did you put these Jesuses? And the answer is yes, we did. So what we started to do was I would go out to dinner with friends, and I'm still waiting for the texts, and I haven't got them yet. I go to dinner, and it was winter after this. It's still winter now. May 6th, is it? You know what I mean? It's still not spring at all. Anyway, so people were wearing jackets for a really long time, and every time I go out to dinner, I just slip a Jesus somewhere, drop it in a car, um, gift bags, this and that. Anyways, I never got a text message. I don't know if people don't put their hands in their pockets. I don't know if they saw it and just like kept that secret. I don't know, but anyways, disappointing until I had a Galentine's Day at my house, and in the gift bags, I put little Jesuses in all the gift bags, and I wanted them to go home and be like, "What the hell?" Anyway, so Thomas put one in Jordan, so his ex's bag, and a travel bag. Okay, so he puts it in his travel bag, but I mean months ago, and I didn't know this. I just got a text message last week. He's like, "I'm dying," and I get the screenshot. Fuck, I can't even show you. But anyways, he was like, so Jordan writes Thomas. He's like, "Oh my god, look what I just found in my travel bag. This is so weird." And Thomas was like, "Oh my God, I'm spitting out my water right now." And he's like, "No, you don't understand. I just got out of the metro and this bum was yelling at me about Jesus things. And I think that he put this." Anyways, finally it got, and then so I told him, I'm like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." I'm like, "Please tell me you didn't confess and you let the Lord do his work." And he's like, "No, I confess. I told him it was me." He was so pissed. Anyways, it was the gift that kept on giving. That is for sure. Yeah, it's the little things in life, and I will continue to prank my family and friends until the day that I die. So, um, keep your keep you on your toes and just know it was me. And anyways, I'm waiting for like 4 or 5 people to message me about these Jesuses. So if you're my friend and you're listening to this podcast, check your winter jackets, please, and maybe a couple purses. I'm not sure, and maybe a couple cars. We'll see. Anyways, thank you all for listening to this week's rant all over the place. Next week, I'm gonna get a friend on here, a surprise. She doesn't know it yet, but she'll come. Anyways, have a good night and cheers.